Good evening, Internet. Pete from the Fat Boy Ball channel here, and you join me on a rather dark, windy, really cold, I'd like to say rainy, but it's more sleet at the moment. He can't make up his mind if he wants to rain or snow. I think it's more rain than anything. But anyway, needless to say, it's a pretty gloomy night. And some of you may be wondering, what the hell are you doing out there in this miserable weather at that time of night? Well, here's a little recap on how I ended up here. So I sat one evening, 3 nights ago, pondering on what I could do for the next video. And while I was sitting there, trying to work out what I wanted to do, I was flicking through pages on the internet, like you do, looking at various pieces of hiking and camping equipment and stuff.
What's this? A 2-man lightweight tent for travelling, hiking, camping, hunting, fishing? For £23? That can't be right. You can't get a decent 2-man or usable 2-man tent for £23, surely. Or can you?
So for me, this tent was going to have to pass some certain criteria. So for a start, it's advertised as a 2-man tent. So there needs to be space inside there for 2 people. Doesn't matter if no space for anything else, space for 2 people. It's going to be, you need it to be quick and easy to assemble. So, of course, I thought, well, I'll do it at night. Make it more challenging. Then we'll find out if it's quick and easy to assemble. And in typical Fat Boy board style, I've not had a chance to look at it beforehand at all, so I've no idea how it goes together. I don't even know if the colour's going to be the same as what's on the picture. But anyway, yeah, quick and easy to assemble. And, of course, it's a tent, so it's supposed to keep the rain out. So, yeah, it needs to be waterproof as well, or sealed in some way, shape or form. Which brings me to tonight, because normally I've been fairly lucky with weather on this channel since I've started doing it. But in fact, if I'd have done this yesterday, it was a lovely clear day all day, clear sky all night, would have been lovely, quite a nice night out. Certainly would be a bit more pleasant than this evening, but that wouldn't be testing our tent. So we're going to go on a bit of a walk in the woods, in the dark and in the rain and the wind and the cold and occasionally the snow, and we're going to see if it lives up to the hype of the advert, and can you really have a usable tent for 23 quid for 2 men? We'll soon find out. I'll see you soon. Okay folks, so the question is, can you get a usable 2-man hiking tent for 23 quid? Can you put it up in bad weather? Is it going to keep you dry and safe? Is it going to be any good? I don't know what I'm doing, but should we find out? Okay everybody, our massive tent bag from Rise Pro. Yeah, A little bit worrying about the size of this tent. Doesn't look particularly two-manish, if you ask me. Apparently, it comes with a grand total of 4 pegs, so I have bought some spares. Okay, rolled up in the usual fashion, pegs and poles inside. There is an instruction note. Now, luckily for me, the rain has decided to stop for a minute, but who needs instructions anyway? When they say it came with 4 pegs, I use that term lightly. I don't know if you guys can see that. My thumb now. They're more like 4 toothpicks than 4 pegs. I'm glad I bought some spares. Right, let's see what we've got here before the wind and the rain comes back. Looks like a straight cross formation. Okay folks, so we are inside, and I have to say, first impressions, space-wise, firstly, I can actually sit up in this. I wasn't expecting this at all. It's about the same height. I'll get the exact dimensions and I'll stick them up for you. But this is about the same height as my 50-pound tent. I was able to sit up in that. So, yeah. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Width-wise, I think you could probably get 2 mats, sleeping mats side by side in here. You'd be right up against the edges each though. And as I'm expecting, this is probably going to be a bit of a condensation monster. Up against the edge of the tent. It's probably not where you want it to be. However, I think width-wise, you could. We'll get my mat out in a minute, because what I'm not sure is length-wise, because I'm not very tall. I'm 5'9". I don't think my inflatable mat is going to properly sit in this tent. I think it's going to be too long and it's going to be a little bit crumpled up. I do like the fact that the single ground sheet has got raised walls on it, but yeah, it has some ventilation up here in the ceiling, not a lot though, and it just has a thin cover on the outside, a single panel that goes over the top. That would quite easily shift in some strong wind, so I'm glad it's not really windy tonight, because that would be an issue. Although there's a bit of a breeze picking up now, and I can hear the rain starting to come back. Anyway, I'm going to get the mat out, see if it'll fit. I'll be right back. Well, the good news is the mat fits, kinda. It reaches one end and touches the other end. So the mat fits, but I don't. Because unless I want my face in here all night, with that flapping against my face. And actually, even then, my legs still aren't out straight. So I think I'm going to be laid on my side tonight, switching from side to side, curled up in a bit of a fetus position. Yeah. 5'9", and I cannot lay out straight in this tent. First negative. I think there might be a few more on the way. Alright, let's have a quick look, see what Amazon have to say about this magnificent beast of a tent. Rise Pro Portable Camping Tent. A 2-person, 5'9", and I cannot lay out straight in this tent. Width-wise, maybe a 2-person. Anyway, 2-person lightweight tent, Waterproof, windproof. When they say windproof, I think they mean breeze-proof. I mean, for a start, those 4 little toothpicks are pegs. They wouldn't be holding anything down. I didn't even bother putting them in. I just went straight with my own pegs. And yeah, the frame, you can feel it with the poles. I wouldn't want to be out in it in anything more than a breeze. Perfect for beach, outdoor, traveling, hiking, camping, hunting, fishing. So pretty much go anywhere, do anything tent. I mean, look, to a degree, there's quite a bit you can do in it. And during the summer months, 20 quid. If your kids want to sleep in something else rather than sleeping with the parents, yeah, maybe. 2 kids in here, there'd be plenty of room. They'd be nice and comfy. Yeah, and in the summer months, it wouldn't be a bad tent. But, yeah, the condensation, it's already, yeah, all the walls are starting to glisten. It's already building up. I can feel the damp. Oh, yeah, they're all getting wet inside already. Yeah. Wow. Oh, no, and we're getting little puddles on the floor as well. Let me show you. You see those wet patches on the floor there? The puddles starting to develop. Considering I've not been in this tent very long yet, it's going to be interesting to see what it's like by the morning. If I survive to the morning. So for summary, my opinion, and it's just an opinion, this might be an okay tent for a couple of kids if you've got a couple of small kids and you're going on a camping holiday and they want their own space. Other than that, I don't think I'd be using this for an adult. Certainly wouldn't be using it for 2 adults. The only way you get 2 adults in here is if you're both curled up spooning in the fetus position. But then what did you really expect for £23? Morning guys, it is just gone 5 in the morning. I am bailing, I'm done. Oh, I just can't get comfy as I can't stretch out straight. Anytime there's a breeze, the wind flaps this thing and I just get a face full of condensation. Oh. Yeah, it's just, especially on my knees as well, it's just too cramped in here being so short. I mean, it's ridiculous. They advertise it as a 2 adult tent and I'm a 5'9" guy and I can't even lay out straight in it. I wouldn't even use this as a festival tent. You're going to get packed up and we're going to get out of here. I'm done. And here comes the rain again. Maybe you can see all that there. That's the bottom of my mat, where all around the edge, literally the whole outer perimeter of the edge is just getting soaked with condensation just running down. I don't know if you can see the difference in colour there and shine, but it looks like the mat soaked up most of the condensation. So there was more than I thought. It's just all gone into my mat. Tell you what, it's taken longer to break down than it is to put up. These poles are ridiculously fiddly. I think it's the hoops that they're in, because they just keep catching and then pulling apart inside, and it's just going backwards and forwards trying to get these damn poles out. And this is in a not particularly bad morning. I mean, it's raining. The sun will be up soon, so I'll be able to see a bit better. But yeah, if this was in bad weather or in any sort of wind at all, you'd have a nightmare packing this thing down. See, the sun's coming up quicker than I get this tent to go down. Right then everybody, not quite made it to sunrise, but we made it to daylight anyway. That's about as long as I'd ever want to spend in that tent. Luckily though, I did find my backup head torch in my backpack, so at least we can get out of here with a decent torch. Right, that's me done for now. I'll see all you guys soon.
Good morning, Internet. So yes, today is the return of the weekly weigh-in. As you may be aware, the last 2 weeks there's been no weigh-in. I gave my body 2 weeks to rest up after that bit of an issue with my heart for a while. So yeah, I gave my body a bit of a break. There was no fasting for the 2 weeks, or no extended fasting anyway, and I eased off on my diet routine a little bit. Not too much, but just a little. One thing I did do is I continued the OMAD, so I continued eating 1 meal a day. So I would have like intermittent fasting from one day to the next, but honestly, you know, I eat really well on my meals when I do, and there's never any hunger from one day to the next. So I was quite happy to carry on with the 1 meal a day. I was eating well. I was just relaxing and resting up on everything else, including the exercise. I cut back for a while. As for the status of what's happening with my heart right now, that's a story for another day. But as for the weight, so yeah, I was a little bit nervous about this one. Obviously, I've not been exercising anywhere near as much, and I've relaxed on my dieting and my fasting. So I wasn't sure whether this was going to be a weight loss or a weight gain period, or maybe I was just going to maintain my weight. Well, I was actually surprised to see that I'd still lost some weight. So over that 2 week period, I lost 2 kilos. So not the normal amounts I've been doing over that period of time, but, you know, fully expected. In fact, I'm really happy and really pleased actually that it's another 2 kilos gone. So I've never actually given any specifics of total weight before. So I'm actually 101.5 kilos. When I started this journey, I was 136.5 kilos. So 35 kilos lost. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. 35 kilos lighter. So yeah, get in there. Feeling better for it as well. Only the knee that's still giving me jip. My right knee is doing a hell of a lot better now. My movement, just everything in life is just so much easier and so much better now. So yeah, can't wait to crack on and start losing the rest of the weight, and then and seeing where our adventures take us. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked, please consider giving us a big thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you very much, everybody. Much love, and as always, have a beautiful day.